Coach, if you could open with an opening statement, and then we'll open up to questions.
Absolutely. Whatever. We need this, I guess. We do. Well, I thought that we lost the game in the first half. They kind of jumped us, to their credit, took us out of our offense. We were just totally unsettled offensively in that first half, and it affected the game and so forth. So, like my message to the team was just that. We lost the game in the first half. But the second half, we competed and played with some toughness, and, I'd like to think that's who we are as opposed to what we showed in that first half.
Questions?
Your bigs obviously young. How do you think they did tonight?
Well, they were playing against some pretty good players, and for their first road game, it was actually, they showed some good signs out there. They both had some good moments, and I'd like to think they can grow from this and get better from this. Both of them, both Costis and Andre Walker, Rokas and Andre Walker. I think both of them will get better from this, no doubt.
Struggled a little bit in the beginning, picked it up, saw a double-double. What do you think of his comeback in the second?
Well, I picked up those 2 fouls. I mean, he's our toughest player, and this was a game when we needed toughness on the floor, and he picked up those 2 fouls. He had a couple points, I think, didn't he? Didn't he have 3 or 4 points when he picked up those 2 fouls? So we need him on the floor. So with him off the floor, it just really affected us. But he's a gamer, no doubt about that.
Coach, talk about your zones and how it affected NC State and how it was effective.
Well, I'll be honest with you. We played very little zone all through our 30 practices. Very little. And, we were just laying and praying out there, as John Chaney would say. So, we just picked up that one bump they did. They got us a couple different times, but I felt like it got us back in the game. It got them back on their heels a little bit, which we needed to do. And, give us a chance to get the game under control a little bit.
You guys lost Turner, I guess, a couple of times, though. I mean, how difficult is it to keep an eye on a guy when they're moving the ball and a guy that can catch and release so quickly?
Well, and the credit is to them for what they were doing to get him shots. I mean, they did a couple different things that we hadn't seen, and we didn't adjust on the fly. We didn't adjust so well to that. So the credit goes to them for some of the offenses they were running there.
Coach Bernard, he 1 for 5 from 3. What was so much different with his game as opposed to that first game where he had 22?
Well, we probably got to try to get him some shots. We probably, and again, their defense is a lot better than the defense we saw in the last game. But we got to do a better job of trying to get him some shots because it's what he does best.
So Wanye points just take over the game. Is this we were expecting to see when he was at Niagara?
I'm sorry?
But we saw Wanye start to take over the game at some point. So what we were expecting to see when he was at Niagara with you?
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to be kind of used to that. So I've seen him do that, and he, that's who he is. And he, I wish he would. There are times I wish he'd be a little more aggressive early on, but he is. There's no doubt. I mean, they got good guards, but I like our guards too.
How do you feel this test was for the team?
Well, it was like 2 different games. So hopefully we learned how bad we can be in the first half, and hopefully we learned that we can be pretty good in the second half. So, we will. I said to the team in the locker room, we're not going to forget this game. We'll keep reminding them all year long about this game and why we lost it, and how we played in the first half and how we played in the second half.